Hello everyone. Today topics of discussion are stack, array implementation of stack, linked list implementation of stack, and applications of stack. Let us start with what is a stack. Stack is an ordered collection of homogeneous data elements in which insertion and deletion operations take place at one end only, and that end is called top of the stack. Stack is also called LIFO, last in, first out, or FILO, first in, last out data structure. Stack has two basic operations, push and pop. Push operation is used to insert an element into a stack, and pop operation is used to delete an element from a stack. We can say that elements are deleted from a stack in the reverse order in which that were inserted into a stack. Let us see how will we perform push and pop operations on the stack. Let us assume capacity of stack is 6 elements, and also assume that stack is empty. And suppose in this situation, if the stack is empty and we are going to perform operation pop, what will happen? In this situation, when the stack is empty and we are going to perform a pop operation on the stack, in this we simply display a message stack is empty. Okay, and now suppose stack is empty and we are going to perform a operation, push operation, and we want to add an element A into a stack. For this, we take the operation push A, and in the picture you can see the item, or you can say the element, is added on the top of the stack. And here is the top. Top is the index which is used to locate the position of the topmost element of the stack. And suppose the stack has one element A, and we are going to perform another push operation, push B. You can see in the picture, here we add the element B on the top of the stack. So B is the topmost element of the stack, and now A becomes to the second from the top. Now we are going to add another element onto the stack, push C. So we add element C on the top of the stack. Now you can see the index top pointing to the top element C, and now B becomes to the second from the top, and A becomes to the third from the top. Now again we push the element, push D. Now D is added on the top of the stack. Now top is pointing to the element D. Now we push E. E becomes to the top of the element, means the E is added on the top of the stack. Next we push F. F is added on the top of the stack, and now F becomes to the top element, and top index is pointing to the F. And suppose in this situation, now we are going to perform a push operation, push G. Here you can observe that stack is full and we are going to perform a push operation. In that situation, we cannot add an item into a stack. we simply gives a message in this situation, stack is full, means we cannot perform a push operation. So you should keep in two things in your mind. When stack is full, we cannot perform the push operation, and when stack is empty, we cannot perform the pop operation. Now, one real world example of stack is pile of plates. In computer science, stack is used during a function calls. So let us see how stack is used during the function calls. Let us consider some portion of a C program. Here you can see on the screen a main function calls function A. Function A calls function B. Function B calls function C. Function C calls function D. Function D calls function E. Okay. Now, let us see what will happen during a function calls and what is the role of stack during the function calls. When a function A calls function B, A is pushed on top of the system stack. When function B calls function C, now function B becomes the top of on the system stack, means function B is pushed on the top of the system stack. When function C calls function D, function C is pushed on the top of the system stack. When function D calls function E, function D is pushed on the top of the stack. When a function E has finished its execution, D will be removed from a stack for execution. When D has finished its execution, function C will be removed from the stack for execution. When function C has finished its execution, function B will be removed from stack for execution. When function B finishes its execution, function A will be removed from stack for executions. Here you have observed that what will be happen when a function calls function B, when one function calls another function, and what is the role of the stack during a function calls. Okay. Next topic is how will we implement stack in a computer memory. There are two ways we can implement stack in a computer memory. One is with the help of the array, and next is with the help of a linked list. Let us see one by one. Array implementation of stack. The question is here, how to implement stack in a C language using array. First of all, we have to declare the size of the stack. In the C language, we define a constant with the help of a define directive. To have define a max is the maximum number of elements we can store into a stack is max, and the number is 10. And declaration of the stack is data type, which indicates the type of information a stack gives, followed by the name of the stack. Here you can see the stack, and followed by the size of the stack. Here we should also maintain a variable named top, which gives index of the top element of the stack. When the stack is empty, we initialize top is equal to -1. Okay. Now let us see how will we perform the push operation into a stack. Step 1. Before to add the element, we have to check whether the stack is full or not. If stack is full, we have to display a message overflow or full stack. Means the step 1 is if top is equal to max -1, we display a message overflow or full stack and go to step 4. It means that we cannot perform an operation, push operation onto the stack. If this is not the case, then we simply increment top pointer by 1. Top is equal to top plus 1. Okay. Next step, set stack top is equal to item. Next step, step 4, stop of the algorithm. Okay. So this way we can write an push algorithm. Okay. Next is the pop operation. Step 1, before to pop the element from a stack or delete an item from a stack, we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. If stack is empty, we simply announce under flow situation or empty stack. And how will you do it? In step 1, if top is equal to -1 and top is equal to -1 indicate the empty stack. If this is the situation, you have to display a message underflow or empty stack. Okay, and we will go to the step number 4. And what is the step 4? Stop of the algorithm. Next step, we simply set item is equal to stack top. Next step, we decrement the top by 1. Top is equal to top -1. Step 4, stop. One additional operation, peak operation. There's a one slight difference between the peak and the pop operation. The pop operation, we decrement the top by 1. In peak operation, we don't decrement top by 1. It simply gives the topmost element of the stack. Is it clear? Now, step 1. If top is equal to -1, stack is empty or underflow situation, and go to the step 2. Else, return topmost item of the stack. Is it clear? Now let us see how will we implement stack with the help of the linked list. Let us start with how will we define a node of a linked list. You already know, with the help of the result word stack, followed the name of the variable, name of the data structure is the name of the data structure is the stack, followed by the type of the information we want to keep onto the stack. Next, struct stack star next is the pointer variable. Okay, so this way we can define a node of a stack. Okay, let us see our push operation. Struct stack followed by name of the operation push. It has two parameters. One is the top pointer variable, and next is the item which we want to add onto the top of the stack. Okay. First, we declare PTR as a pointer variable of type node. Okay. Next step, we allocate memory space of size a node of a stack and set PTR to that node. If PTR is equal to null, what it means? Stack is full, and when the stack is full, then the computer memory, the reserved computer memory is exhausted. Okay. In that situation, we will give a message full stack and return top. Else, what we will do? PTR data is equal to item. If top is equal to null, means we are going to add the first element onto the stack. In that case, we set PTR next is equal to null and top is equal to PTR. Else means the stack has at least one element. In that situation, we set PTR next is equal to top and top is equal to PTR. Okay. After this, we return top. So this way we can implement the push operation in a C language, using a C language. Next, pop operation. Again, it has two parameters. One is the top pointer and next is the item. Here we declare a PTR variable, a pointer variable, and set PTR is equal to top. Okay. If top is equal to null, what it means? Stack is empty, return top. Else, star item, here you can see item is a pointer variable of type int. So star item is equal to top data and top is equal to top next, means we are decrementing the value of top by one position. Next, free PTR means delete PTR, and next step return top. So this way we can implement the pop operation with the help of a C language. Now, so we have implemented a stack using with the help of the array and with the help of the linked list. Now, what are the applications of stack? We use a stack reversing a list. Next, parenthesis checker, Tower of Hanoi, recursion, infix to postfix expression, postfix to postfix evaluation, infix to prefix, and prefix evaluation. We will observe, we will discuss some of the applications of the stack. Reversing a list is a very simple operation. Take the elements of a list one by one and push these elements into a stack. When end of the list is encountered, pop all elements of stack until stack becomes empty. So this way we can reverse a given list of numbers or list of characters or list of information. Okay. Now let us see one of the important application of stack. Evaluation of arithmetic expression. We know infix expression, postfix expression, and prefix expression are three different but equivalent notation of writing algebraic expression. Actually, we can express algebraic expression with the help of infix notation, postfix notation, and prefix notation. Okay. We always write a algebraic expression in infix notation with the help of infix notation. In infix notation, operator is placed between operands. Okay. In prefix notation, operator is placed before operands. In postfix notation, operator is placed after operands. Is it clear? Okay. Now, prefix notation is called the Polish notation, and postfix notation is called the reverse Polish notation. Prefix and postfix notations are parenthesis free, and this is one of the important. Okay. Now, let us see how will we convert a given infix expression into equivalent postfix expression and the equivalent prefix expression. Okay. Let us consider a simple infix expression A plus B. As I have already told you, in infix expression, operator is placed between operands. Okay, A plus B. And in postfix expression, operator is placed after the operands. Okay, so infix expression is A plus B. We simply put this plus operator after the operands. Okay, now it becomes to A, B plus. And in prefix note expression, we place this plus operator before the operands. So what are the operands? A, B. So plus A, B is a prefix expression. Now let us take some complex infix expression. Okay, A plus B in parenthesis into C. As we know, we always solve the things within our brackets. Okay. So we start from converting A plus B first. Okay. So A plus B is converted in the postfix expression AB plus, and we write in the bracket into C. Okay. And now here you can see there are two operands. One operand is AB plus, and next operand is C. So how will we convert this into a postfix expression, infix expression into postfix expression? First we write the operands and followed by the operator. So what are the operands? A, B plus followed by C and followed by the star. Okay. In prefix expression, A plus B is converted into plus AB, and now plus AB is a single operand and C is the other operand. Now we convert this infix expression into a prefix expression. How will we convert it? First we write the operator and followed by the operands. The operator is a star followed by first operand is plus AB and next operand is C. So star plus AB C. Here you can see C is missing. Okay. Now let us take the another infix expression. A minus B divided by C plus D. Okay. So first we convert A minus B into postfix expression. It becomes AB minus. Then we convert the C plus D into postfix expression. It becomes CD plus. Now here you can see there are only two operands. One is AB minus and next is CD plus. Okay. So we simply write first operand followed by the second operand and followed by the operator. Here operator is a division operator. So AB minus CD plus and followed by the division operator. And in prefix expression, first we write the operator followed by the operands. A minus B is converted into minus AB. C plus D is converted into plus CD. Now you can see there are two operands, minus AB plus CD. Okay. And the operator is the division operator. So first we write a division operator followed by the first operand minus AB and followed by the next operand plus CD. So this way we can convert a given infix expression into a corresponding equivalent postfix expression and a prefix expression. Is it clear? It is easy to write expression using infix notation for us. Okay. Now, computer finds it difficult to parse it. Actually, it needs a lot of information to evaluate the expression. infix expression like operator precedence. Computer must know the operator precedence. Next is the associativity rules. Next is the brackets which override these rules. To avoid these situations, we will convert the computer, the language, convert the infix notation to a postfix notation or infix notation to prefix notation before to evaluate a given expression. Generally it is represented into the infix form. So let us see how a system convert a given infix expression into a postfix expression. Here stack plays a role. Let us see how. Now here we are going to discuss the steps involved for converting a given infix expression to a postfix expression. Step 1. Add the right parenthesis to the end of a given infix expression. Next step, post this right parenthesis onto the stack. Next step, repeat steps 4, 5, 6, 7 until each character in the infix expression is scanned. Step 4, if left parenthesis is encountered, then push it onto the stack. Is it clear? If an operand is encountered, then add this operand to the postfix expression. Okay, next step, if the left parenthesis is encountered, then what we will do? Let us see. Repeatedly pop from stack and add it to the postfix expression until left parenthesis is encountered. Next step, discard the left parenthesis that is popped from stack and do not add to the postfix expression. Next step 7, if an operator is encountered, then repeatedly pop from stack and add each operator to the postfix expression which has the higher precedence than operator. Push operator to the stack. Step 8, repeatedly pop from the stack and add it to the postfix expression until stack is empty. Step 9, stop. Let us take an infix expression. A minus in bracket B divided by C plus D percentage A, this is a modulus operator, into F, parenthesis close, division operator, G, bracket close, right parenthesis, star F. We generally write the expression in this form. Computer converts this expression into postfix expression, or it converts into the infix in prefix expression. The first step in conversion of a given infix expression to the postfix expression is add the right parenthesis into the end of the given infix expression. You can see on a screen. Next. Now, next step, we push the left parenthesis onto the stack. Step 2, we start the scanning of infix expression from left to right until the infix expression becomes empty. A, what is A? A is an operand. We simply add this operand to the postfix expression. Now postfix expression becomes A. Minus is encountered, operator is encountered. We push this operator onto the stack. Left parenthesis is encountered, we push this onto the stack. Operand B is encountered, we add this B at the end of the postfix expression. Now postfix expression becomes AB. Now operator, division operator is encountered. We push division operator onto the stack. Operand is encountered. We add into a postfix expression. Now postfix expression become ABC. Now operator plus is encountered. Here you can observe. Now we always compare the input operator with the topmost operator on the stack. If the topmost operator on the stack has a precedence greater than to the input operator, in that case we repeatedly pop from a stack until the top of the stack operator has equal precedence or less than precedence of the input operator. Now we pop the operator and add at the end of the postfix expression. Now postfix expression becomes ABC followed by the division operator. Now next step, we push the input operator onto the stack. Next, again left parenthesis encountered, they push onto the stack. Here you can see D is encountered. We add at the end of the postfix expression. Percentage is encountered. Here you can see there is no operator on the top of the stack. Therefore, we push this mod operator on the top of the stack. E is encountered. Add into the postfix expression. Star is encountered. Here you can see both has the same precedent. Therefore, we push this star onto the stack. F is encountered. Add into the postfix expression. Right parenthesis encountered. Here we pop all the elements from the top of the stack until the right parenthesis is encountered. Therefore, first we pop star, next we pop the percentage. Okay, now you can see postfix expression become ABC / DEF star percentage. You can say plus is encountered. Okay. Here there is some missing. Star is encountered, not the plus is encountered. Okay. Now next operator, forward slash is encountered. Because the forward slash has higher precedent, we push the forward slash on the stack. G is encountered. We push this G at the end of the postfix expression. Right parenthesis is encountered. We again pop the items from the stack. Star is encountered. We push on the top of the stack. H is encountered. We add this into the end of the postfix expression. Right parenthesis is encountered. Again pop the items from the stack. Okay, so this way we can convert a given infix expression into the postfix expression. Now, after converting this infix expression into the postfix expression, next step of computer to evaluate a postfix expression. The question is, how will we evaluate a postfix expression? Again, the stack plays an important role. Let us see how will we evaluate a postfix expression. Step 1. Repeat steps 2 and 3 until each character in the postfix expression is scanned. If an operand is encountered, then push it on the stack. If an operator is encountered, then pop the top two elements from the stack as A and B. Next, evaluate B. O means operator followed by A. Push result on the stack. Next step, set result equal to the topmost element of the stack. Next step, stop. Let us consider the postfix expression 934 star means multiplication operator 8 plus 4 forward slash minus. Let us start from scan the first character, and first character you can see the operand 9. Therefore, we push this 9 onto the top of the stack. Next scan character is 3. It's again an operand. We push it on the top of the stack. Now next is 4. Is again operand. We push it on the top of the stack. Next operator is encounter. What will we do in this case? We pop two stack elements, okay, and store the first pop element into A and next pop element into B. So A becomes 4 and B becomes 3. Next, we perform the operation B into A, means 3 into 4 becomes 12, and we push this 12 again onto the stack. It is encounter operand, push it on the top of the stack, plus is encounter, we again pop two elements from the stack. First pop element is stored on the A and next pop element is stored on B. Next we perform B plus A operation. So 12 plus 8 is 20. We push this 20 onto the stack. 4 is encounter, we push 4 onto the stack. Next division operator is encounter, we again pop two elements and we store the result onto the stack. Okay. Next is the infix notation. Now we are going to convert the infix notation to prefix notation. Here there are two algorithms to convert the infix notation to the prefix notation. First algorithm with the help of the two stack. One is the operator stack and next is the operand stack. Step 1. Repeat steps 2 to 5 until each character in the infix expression is scanned. Step 2. If it is an operand, then push it into a operand stack. Step 3. If it is an operator, then if priority of current character is greater than priority of stack top operator or no operator, then push operator into the operator stack. Else, if scanned operator is not, then repeat the following steps until priority of current operator is less than or equal to the operator at the top of the operator stack. Pop two operands from the operand stack and store these popped elements into the operand 2 and operand 1. Next, pop operator from operator stack. Next, concatenate operator and operand 1. Next, concatenate result with operand 2. Push result into the operand stack. Okay. After repeating these steps, next step is push operator into the operator stack. Next is the ending. Next step, current character is left parenthesis, then push it into operator stack. If current character is right parenthesis, then check if top of the operator stack is opening bracket or not. If not, repeat steps 6 to 11 until top of the operator stack is an opening bracket. Step 6 to step 11. Repeat the step 6 to step 11. Next is if we scan all the characters in a given infix expression, we repeat step 13 to 18 until operator stack becomes empty. 13 to 18. Next step, the final prefix expression is present at the top of the operand stack. Next step, stop. Let us see. Infix expression is A minus B forward slash C plus D. Here you can see in this table there are 3 columns: character scan, operand stack, and next is the operator stack. A is the operand, therefore push A onto the operand stack. Minus is the operator, we send it on the operator stack, push into operator stack. B is in counter operand stack. You can say the forward slash is in counter, we push into the operator stack. C is encountered, we push into the operand stack. Now plus is encountered. What we will do at this position, if the top of the stack, operator stack, has a higher precedence, operator, in that case we pop the 2 elements and repeat this process. So pop the first operand from the stack and store into the operand 2. So operand 2 is C. And operand 1 is next pop the element is B. So operand 1 is B. And next step, pop the operator from the operator stack. Operator is forward. Next step, operator followed by the operand 1. What is the operator? Division operator, and followed by the operand 1 is B. Now result followed by operand 2. What is the result of previous statement? Division operator followed by B, and next is the operand 2. What is the operand 2? BC. And what will we do? We push this onto the operand stack. And we repeat this process. We will get the prefix expression onto the top of the operand stack. Here you can see. Now let us take the another expression, A minus B, some complicated expression, A minus B forward slash C into A divided by K minus L. Repeat the same process. Here you can see the left parenthesis is encountered, push it into the operator stack, and in this situation operator stack is empty. A is encountered, push A into the operand stack, minus is encountered, push it into the operator stack. B is encountered, push it into the operand stack. Forward slash is encountered. Okay, now you push it to the operator stack because the top of the operator has lower precedence. C is encountered, push it to the operand stack. Right parenthesis is encountered. What will we do in this case? We pop the 2 elements from the operand stack, 1 element from the operator stack, and perform the operation. So operand 2 is C, operand 1 is B, means first pop the element is C, next pop the element from operator stack is B. So operand 2 is C, operand 1 is B. Operator, 1 element pop from the operator stack is the forward slash statement. Next step is operator followed by the operand 1 forward slash B, result followed by the operand 2. Result is division operator followed by B, and operand 2 is C. And you will push this forward slash BC onto the top of the operand stack. And repeat this process. According to the algorithms, you will get the result on the top of the operand stack. Here you can see. Here you can see operand stack. Top of the operand stack is the prefix notation. Is it clear? Now, next algorithm, second algorithm for converting the infix to a prefix, with the help of a single step. Here the first step is reverse the infix expression. While reversing the infix expression, you should keep in your mind you have to change the left and right parentheses. Change the left parenthesis to the right parenthesis and right parenthesis to the left parenthesis while reversing the infix expressions. Okay, next step. Obtain the postfix expression of the infix expression obtained in step 1. Step 3. Reverse the postfix expression obtained in step 2 to get the prefix expression. So let us see. Suppose the infix expression is in bracket a minus b forward slash c into in bracket a divided by k minus l in the right parenthesis. So we start from converting the infix expression, reversing the infix expression. So we start from the, how will we reverse the infix expression? We start from the right. The first character is, you can see the right parenthesis. We convert this right parenthesis into the left parenthesis. Okay. Next character is L minus A forward slash A. Here you again see the left parenthesis. Now in the place of left parenthesis, write the right parenthesis. Star in the right, write the left. C forward slash B minus A. Here again you can see the left parenthesis. So write the right. Next step, write the postfix expression. Now you can see in the infix expression L minus K divided by A. So first we perform the operation K divided by A. So K divided by A is written in the postfix expression as K operand. First write the operand followed by the operator. So K A followed by the operator into C divided by means in postfix expression you may write it as a C B followed by the division operator minus A. Now in next step there are two operands in the bracket. One is the L, next is the KA followed by the division operator. So first we write the operands. So L, K, A forward division operator followed by the minus operator into CB followed by the division operator followed by A minus. Next, only two operands. So first we write the first operand followed by the second operand and second by the operator. So LKA division operator minus, this is the first operand, second operand is CB division operator A minus second operand and followed by the operator is the star. Next step, we simply reverse the expression obtained in step 2. Okay, how will we reverse? Start the scanning from the right hand side. The first character is star minus A division operator BC minus division operator A. So this way we can convert a given infix expression into a prefix expression. Is it clear? Now next, computer converts the infix expression to prefix expression with the help of the stack. Next question, how will we, if the expression is converted into the prefix expression, and how will we evaluate a given prefix expression? With the help of the stack. Step 1, this is one of the application of the stack. Evaluation of the prefix evaluation. Step 1, take the prefix expression. Step 2, repeat the steps 3 until each character in prefix expression is scanned. Scan the prefix expression from right one character at a time. Step 3, if scan character is operand, then push character on the operand stack, else pop operand 2 from operand stack, pop operand 1 from the operand stack. Next, result is operand 1 followed by operator followed by the operator operand 2. Next, push result on the operand stack. Next is the end. Next step, Top of the stack is the result of the prefix evaluation. Step 5 star. Let us consider a prefix expression plus plus n 9 into 2 3 division operator 10 and 5. We start from the scanning from the right hand side. First character is 5. So 5 is the operand, push onto the operand stack. 10 is the operand, push it on the operand stack. Next is the division operator. In this situation, we popped 2 elements from the operand stack. First element, first popped item is stored into the operand 1. Second is stored on the operand 2. Okay, perform the operation operand 1 followed by the operator. Here you can see the division operator followed by the operand 2. So result is operand 1 is a 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2, and this 2 is pushed on the operand stack. Okay. Now next, 3 is scanned, push it on the operand stack. 2 is encountered, push it on the operand stack. Star is encountered, pop the 2 items and perform the operations. Popped item, operand 1 is 2, operand 2 is 3. First pop item is stored in the operand 1. Second pop item is stored in the operand 2. And result is operand 1 followed by the operator followed by the operand 2. So result is 2 into 3 is equal to 6, and 6 is push on the operand stack. Next character is scanned is 9, push it on the operand stack. Plus is encountered, again pop 2 item, one is 9, next is 6. Result is 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 is pushed onto the operand stack. Next character is scanned is operator, therefore we again pop 2 items. First is 15, next is the 2. We perform the operation. Result is equal to operand 1 followed by the operator followed by the operand 2. So result is 15 plus 2 is equal to 17. So this way we can evaluate a given prefix expression with the help of the stack. These are the references. Any questions? Thank you very much.